Good afternoon.
Coach, I've always got the easy question before you start. You come from a long line of coaches. Your dad's a coach, you're a coach, your brother's a coach, kids are coaches. What does that mean, that profession, to be a coach that you're doing, for a lifetime?
I feel very blessed. Two uncles who were coaches too. Every time I watched the movie, my cousin Vinny and Marissa Torme starts out talking about her dad was a mechanic, her two uncles were a mechanic, her brothers are a mechanic, her other brother's a mechanic. I mean, that's the image I always, it resonates with me.
Why is it JJ here?
We traditionally bring the guys that are fourth or fifth year players, and believe me, every guy back in Ann Arbor knows exactly why the three guys, Mike Samerstill, Chris Jenkins, and Blake Corum, are here. They are walking, talking infomercials for what a football player, should be, what a Michigan football player, what we think of it. They're great. Now there's none better than those three for sure, and we have probably 30 some, right there with them, still back in Ann Arbor, and I can promise you that all the guys back in Ann Arbor are proud of those three that are here today.
I know it's silly, but it's like two during quarterbacks. It's kind of like a status thing. Do you have to have a conversation with him about it, about why he wasn't?
No. Well, you've been here all day. I mean, I think you understand that I can't comment on any aspect of that situation.
Can you comment on what the experience has been like with this?
Can't comment on any aspect of it. And I always treat everything like a football game. And every time, win or lose, I mean, I come to this podium or this stage since 1982. I could go back and been on this stage. Sure, I'm as a football player, football coach. Yeah, lay it all out there. But this is one of those situations where I cannot do that.
How do you prepare your team if what happens then?
Just again, no matter how you frame the question, I mean, I can't. Not at liberty, unable to talk about any aspect. And I'm with you too. I hope you know that. I'm with you. I understand. I'm with you. We've never been with each other before, but I am with you.
Are there any freshmen that you feel could have that same type of, not necessarily the same capability, but similar capability as Mason Graham kind of guys that really impressed you?
The same. That's maybe. I know I described them as the two as gifts from the football gods. Are we referencing back to that? It's a really, really good class. Mid-year guys, the guys that just came in as well. I mean, it's a lot of fun. They're going through some of the growth of being a freshman. The unbelievable cool thing is, as we sit here July 27, 2023, it's people call it attitude, people call it culture. Where the team at? It's in the best place it's been in, since I arrived in 2015. Many people have poured into that, right? So going back to 2015, I mean, great Michigan men have poured into to that to the point of now it's a walk in the park as a coach, to where I go, just watch Blake. Really study him, then emulate him, copy him, and then go see if you can make him proud of you. Watch Chris Jenkins. Really study him, and then go see if you can make him proud of you. And 30 other guys that's what we're able to do because many of them studied Aiden Hutchinson, or Jake Butt. It's been a long line.
Coach Cade McNamara, what did
Cultural momentum.
Cade McNamara, what did he mean to your program just during his time here? And, to beat Ohio State for the first time in 10 years to win a Big Ten title. Just talk about his impact on your football program.
Huge, huge. Yeah, there's a great love for Cade. Pulling hard for Cade, praying for Cade, and it tells me he's in a great place and things are going great for him. And there with Eric All, that another favorite, another beloved son. Cade to all of us. I mean, we go back a long way, and there's somebody that went into a game in 2020. We were down 17 points, and it just started bringing us back. I mean, right from the minute he went into the game, got a big hit right before halftime, and then saw the gravel in the gut that he had, and brought our team back for an overtime win, and then took off from there. And we beat Ohio State. We won the Big Ten championship. I mean, he would be one of those great Michigan men. And now he's a Hawkeye, but love hasn't changed.
Hey Jim, a little off topic. This is the 40th year of the Colts moving from Baltimore to Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
You were a key player in some of the most important teams early on here in Indianapolis. Can you give me some of your thoughts, some of your great memories? Obviously, puts a big smile on your face.
It does. Yeah, warms the cockles of the heart to remember some of those days. Yeah, just hard to put into words. It was, at a time in my life where I had my nose bloodied. Coming from a team, coming from Chicago, and then to be welcomed here into this team, this organization. The Horseshoe has a special place in my heart. The teammates too, the coaches. Ted Marchibroda, Lindy Infante, Ron Blackledge, so many of those great guys that have influenced my career wouldn't be where I am, without those great men and super teammates. I mean, and I know I've referenced it. I mean, some of the folks here could tell you. I mean, we were talking about our 21 team at Michigan was so similar to our 95 Colts team, where everybody contributed, everybody played a role in the team's success. Everybody was happy for the other guy's success. Very, very cool, very similar. Brings back great memories.
Coach Josiah told us this spring that he felt like he had something to prove coming in. What did he show you in the spring, and what did he do for you?
Yeah, Josiah Stewart is one of four guys that I would consider a starting edge right now. And it's going to be much like Cade and JJ last year, where we may find out in training camp who the two best are, who the starters are. We may not. That might be something that goes into the season. We may start 2 one game and 2 the other game, and it could be that kind of scenario. You don't know till you know. But he's definitely somebody that, and he does it in a great way. A different way. I mean, he's got this lower pad level. He gets under everybody so fast. He's so quick. I mean, he can really rush the quarterback and in a much even better position than he was in the spring, in terms of knowing the system and knowing his role in the defense. That was Jordan Acker, one of our regents, had called me up and suggested it, and it's a great idea. Teams always wants to learn and connect, and that was a tremendous opportunity. And we're about it. That's what we're about. We're about it any and every opportunity to learn and grow.
You have a potential Isaiah Gash on this team, somebody that not maybe a lot of people know about, but come in and help make win a game.
Oh yeah, we sure do. And Isaiah is not going to be on the team. He's medically retired, but there's going to be. I mean, you look back. I mean, we had nine preferred walk-ons that played in the Ohio State game this past year. Joe Taylor, I mean, had an incredible game against TCU. A lot of guys. Peyton O'Leary, what he showed in the spring, and more. I mean, you start naming names, and some guys think that they're not in that group. There's a lot of guys who have the license and the ability to make a big impact on our team. Yeah, I mean, kind of like our good friend Ric Flair. I mean, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And wanted to emphasize it. That's one thing I wish I was better at. I wish I was better at that. Yeah. I would. There's only one person that can give a woo.
Jim, when you transfers, Patterson,
I didn't hear the first part of the question.
what did you gain from taking the quarterback from start of the regular season?
I think you just said it all right there. That's what it was. It was just too close to call in the practice environment. And there's no question. I mean, practice predicts game performance, but nothing predicts game performance like game performance. And I just felt the fairest thing to do was it needed to go into overtime into the season.
Did the schedule last year allow you to do that? Like you guys hold it against the Big Ten.
No, I don't think so. I mean, that is just what it required, and I think it's just more of a. It's really more of a quarterback thing usually. You know, that becomes a big story or a big game, a big thing. You know, but any position, including the quarterback, I mean, nobody really owns the position. I mean, if you really looked at it, I mean, they're leasing at best. You know, I mean, it's something I understood as a player. I mean, and most everybody else is renting. You know, like leasing would be a month. Like you got 4 games. If you don't do well for 4 games, I mean, somebody else is possibly sitting there that could, you know, pay more rent. I mean, you got to pay the rent. But it's very highlighted at quarterback. But you know, really, that is the nature of football, the beauty of football. That you know, you don't own a position. You gotta earn it. You gotta pay the rent every game.
When you make that call, though, how much of it is driven by data, and how much is driven by just a gut feel that this is now the guy. This is the guy that has whatever it is you're looking for.
Yeah, that means as much as can be objective and there's some objective, subjective. I mean, much of it, you know, as much as you possibly can, objective data. I mean, gut feel, I've never been a big fan of that. Somebody says their gut, you know, I had a gut feeling. You sure that wasn't gas? You know, I've just never been a big fan of, you know, making any decisions over gut. gut feeling.
Jim, are you concerned? I know you don't want to talk about any of them. Are you concerned about what is hanging out there being a big distraction for preseason camp, etc.? When it comes to your football team, what's hanging out there with you and the NCAA?
Yeah. Again, I can't comment on anything that's related to that.
But I guess
Any
how you gonna keep it from being a distraction?
I know you're going to get tired of hearing this, but I can't comment on it, on any aspect.
You talked about the offensive line earlier today. So you feel like you have 10 starters.
Yeah.
There are 2 spots that starters are weak. You have to be filled. I know you brought in Rivalries, Henderson, and Drake Nugent among them. Are you consider them in that left tackle and center spot right now, or how are they coming along?
Yes, center. I think you have 2 starting centers. You have Drake, and you have Crippen, and Drake. Both are, we think, starting caliber. You know, we even think they're both Big Ten caliber, all Big Ten caliber, possibly even all American caliber. There's an example of who's going to start? We're going to start the best player. How are we going to know who the best player is? They play the best. I see that at tackle too. Barnhart, Trente, Miles Hinton, and Ladarius. There's 4. I mean, 4 starting tackles. I mean, you know a starting tackle when you see one, and that's also going to have to play out. There was never any decision not to bring her back. She came back. She was an honorary captain after she spoke to our team. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Big fan of Brenda. She's impacted not only our team, then went to my brother's team. And been to a lot of teams, and I could probably give you we have a long list of people that talk to our team pretty much daily during training camp. We're looking to learn and grow at any possibility, any and every opportunity.
Jim, after what happened at the end of the Michigan State game last year, do you have any concerns that rivalry has gotten too nasty, and is there anything that either program could do about that?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is mutual respect, tremendous competition, and that's what we're striving for. Yes, we have that for Michigan State, a mutual respect and it is great competition. That's unknowable for me to know that.
Have you spoken with Mel Tucker since the incident?
No.
Jim, I think you used the phrase cultural momentum.
Yeah.
When you're coming off 2 years where you Big Ten champs, you made the playoffs in straight years, is it any different at all, motivating or pushing a team in a season like this as opposed to a couple years ago when you didn't have this level of evidence of success? What is it any different in year 3 when you've been so successful the past 2 years?
I would just in the conversations that I have with the players, where I used to tell them a message, say, for example, they will tell that message to me now. Coach, it doesn't matter what we did last year. It doesn't matter what we did the last 2 years. Now we're doing it again. And the only time that matters is now. That would be my evidence. Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest things that have been different the last 2 years that have allowed you guys to beat Ohio State and get to the top of the Big Ten?
I went like a lot of things, a lot of little things that people think are little things or the minutia. I mean, it's really a thousand little things. It's the work. I mean, always, if you ever analyzed it or took it apart, you'd understand that it's the work, the compiled work. He's a really good player. We were, really good players were wanting to come to Michigan, and we're going to keep taking really good players as long as we can. Yeah, I predict that. Yeah, that he's got the license and the ability to do that.
Jim, is there anything specific to Georgia that you do during the Georgia period?
Yeah, the emphasis is stopping the run and being able to run the ball when the other team knows you're going to run the ball. That's what I really respect about that team, their ability to run the ball when the other team knows they're running the ball, and to be able to stop the run.
Jim, much has been made of the late coach of course having goaltenders, but what is the plan to integrate some freshman running backs and maybe underclassmen into this unit when you get started?
The plan, to play the best players. I think the real challenge, and it's a great challenge to have, is the amount of playmakers that we have on offense at the skill positions, and really just dictate that we have got to get the ball to Blake so many times a game. We got to get it to Donovan. That pretty much that same amount that Blake does. There'll be a third running back that'll be designated touches per game. The three wide receivers, equal reps, equal targets for those three and touches, and the tight ends. And there's four of them, but especially the top two guys, and to be able to spread that out, it's got to help to be able to. How hard that would be to defense is a thought I have in my head. Like day would follow night. That would be, you would expect that if we can spread that out where everybody eats, everybody touches the ball, and we can come back on a Sunday and look at that game tape from Saturday and go, targets, hit the targets, hit the targets, hit the targets, hit the targets, targets, and then be able to see that and those targets went all over the field, horizontally, vertically, and everybody was able to contribute, and possibly they didn't know where the ball was going at any one time. That's a challenge for our coaches, for us coaches, to be able to utilize the talent that we have on the offensive side of the ball, especially at the skill positions.
Have you had a team like this with that kind of positional depth across the skill positions?
All that's to be determined, right? But my honest answer, no, I don't think so. And I don't think I'm wrong. I think they're that talented. Pardon me?
How has it helped the program over the last couple years when you decided to be your
Yeah, it's been a real joy to have such a tremendous coaching staff. The defensive coaches, the offensive coaches, the special teams coaches, I'm thrilled with the coaching staff, and they're just so good. They're at a level. People ask me, I was asked the question today, like who are your mentors in football? Who do you talk with? Who do you go to and talk football with? And the answer is I just walk down the hall. I walk down the hall, my own coaches. They're like, the relationship is the same as it is with my brother, who's also a football coach, that I have with the coaches that are on our staff. And when I walk down that hall, every time you hear engagement. There's not people in their offices just with the doors closed. They're together. They're talking football. It's defensive coaches are talking to offensive coaches. Special teams coaches are talking to defensive and offensive coaches. It's back and forth. It's tremendous dialogue. It's a tremendous collaborative environment.
What's your scheduling philosophy for like the first month of football season? You're trying to build things out with the team, right?
Day-to-day practice meetings.
Just talking about like actual games, like that first month of the season. What are you really looking for with the schedule?
So I really haven't built a schedule since I've been at Michigan. I think the last time I had input on a schedule was Stanford, my first couple of years. So you're talking about who we play, right?
Yeah.
I don't. That's not. It's not something I am involved with. Who we play. No, I don't. Champion bust. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to me. That's not real. Same as we always are. The way we go into every year. Our goals to win the championship, to win the national championship, to beat Michigan State, beat Ohio State, beat Penn State. We have so many good teams that we play. So many football fights. But yeah, and I haven't heard one football player say championship or bust. I know I've heard that media-driven, slogan, but that means nothing. That word bust.
You made a statement 2 years ago here that you would beat Ohio State or die trying. How confident were you at that?
That actually means something, doesn't it? That actually means something. I meant it. Say it again.
I think the idea behind this being Georgia drill is we want to be the best. National champions. What is the power of speaking that goal into existence?
Yeah, I think you said it really well.
Can you say it back to me?
You said it really good. In addition.
Compared from JJ to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen earlier.
Yeah.
I think he'll embrace that type of lofty.
Yeah, as I said, I can repeat all that if you'd like me to.
No, do you think JJ is going to sort of be?
Yeah, he's got the physical, athletic attributes, and then all the arm talent, accuracy, velocity, decision making, and intangibles. And he also has what the great ones, in my opinion, have, which is a willingness to do anything for their teammates. When I watch how Patrick Mahomes and he interacts with his teammates, what he says about them, what they say about him, I watch Josh Allen, what he says about his teammates, what his teammates say about him. You just know it when you see it. It's the same thing I see, with JJ and his teammates. He's willing to do anything for for his teammates, and therefore they know that they know what's in another man's heart, and they would follow him. And I've suggested that. I mean, follow JJ, you know, anywhere, and I would. No, I think you were right the first time. He embraced that. That's one I let lawyers talk about that one. That's not my realm. Keep me in the realm where what I know, which is football.
The way you talked about JJ today, response, how is, whether it's the intangible part of it, I mean, the actual talent, the production, maybe impacted the way you evaluate quarterbacks and reach out and what you're looking for?
Hey, actually, I was actually thinking about something else unrelated to this. Could you repeat that? So sorry. So sorry.
What were you thinking about?
Well, sorry about that.
The way impact JJ's had on this program, from how you've talked about it, both the talent, arm talent, and athletic ability, but also what he's meant to the locker room, has that at all impacted how you go about searching for quarterbacks now, and what kind of impact has that on that from the recruiting standpoint, what you look for when you're looking for a mission?
Yeah, I think that'd be fair. And I've also made the comment. I think JJ's like a once in a generation type of guy at Michigan. For my knowledge of Michigan, football through the last 50, 60 years. But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful that we could strike that lightning again. In those that we recruit and evaluate, and also the 4 youngsters that are on our program that'll be starting camp next week. All 4 right now, I couldn't tell you. Those 4, I don't know who will be the backup quarterback yet. I've watched them all. The great training skill sessions that we have now. Just one of the best things that's come along in a long time to have the coaches be able to work with the players in the summer. They've made some. It's going to be pretty cool when we throw the balls out there for the first day of practice, and to watch who wins that backup job and tries to fill those shoes of J.J. McCarthy.
Lost a couple.
Yeah, I think it's coming along. I mean, it's so new. It's a new thing, and I think it's coming along. And we're just, love to see what they're doing. I love, how they're attacking it, and they just deserve a pat on the back, I think, too, as well. They're doing a great job.
Lost a couple great kickers to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just talk about the guys that are coming in and how you feel about that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. Somebody else asked me earlier, I mean, what do I tell a kicker, when they miss a big kick? And I'm going to have to remember that. It's been that long, since I had to say something to a kicker after he missed a big kick, or somebody that shaked the punt. We've been so blessed, and with that, I'm really excited about the opportunity that our new kickers have. Tommy Doman as a punter, I mean, he's a special talent. I mean, we haven't seen a leg like this since I've been here in Michigan, and I think he's in a great place right now, and attacking everything. Kickers as well. I think right now James has the lead, but throw the balls out there and go from there.
is your confidence level that congressional legislation, or whatever you want to call it, is going to provide the guardrails for the NIL era and stuff, and the NCAA is going to go along with it, or the NCAA is waiting for that, to come along? But what is your confidence that that's actually going to happen? That's an NCAA related question, but not about the other thing.
And NIL is so new. And it was voted 9-0, right? I mean, Supreme Court 9-0. I don't think the 9-0, they've had a vote on 9-0 on anything in the last 20 years or 10, maybe. I'm not a student of that realm either, but it's here and it's so new. Like, give it a chance. Give it a chance to work would be my response. And it's here, and
do you like where you see it?
we don't know if it's broke. Do we know if it's broke yet? And we're already trying to fix it. I mean, it's like the transfer portal. I mean, here are these people that are against it, and you're against something that allows a young man and his family to decide where he wants to go to college and where he wants to continue college, where he may want to go to college next. Why be against that? And the players, their families, they'll tell you it. I think if you really studied it, that there's more good there than negative. So the question is, what is driving we don't like the portal. We don't like players and their families getting to choose where they get to go to school. Who's opposed to that, and why are they opposed to that? Give that a chance.
Got time for 2 questions.
What is the program's recent success done to your day-to-day mood?
Pardon?
How has the program's recent success affected your day-to-day mood?
Well, it's affected. It's affected it well. It's affected it very well. Yeah.
Are you recruiting Ohio more, putting more resources into that this year, or is it just, are you just having more success? As you trying to put more resources into it, or does it just seem like it because you've got some more guys?
Yeah, I would probably answer both. Both are factoring. Better response, therefore, we're, more people meeting us halfway, and it's been very good. I can't talk about any aspect.
All right, guys.
That was 3.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.